Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Notes on Getting Wealthy, Episode 1. I'm Dr. Prosper Tettey Doe in the United Kingdom. And welcome. And these are notes from reference from the international bestseller, The Rules of Wealth by Richard Templar. And in this session, I'll be mentioning 5 or 6 different areas, which is a continuation from the previous episodes. It's harder to manage yourself than it is to manage your money. You've got to know where you are before you start. You've got to have a plan. Get your finances under control. Insurance pays someone, and odds are it is not you. And finally, only by looking wealthy can you become wealthy. So Rule 90 says it's harder to manage your wealth than it is harder to manage yourself than it is to manage your money. The first thing I would need to know is, do you have what it takes to be wealthy? Are you determined enough? Will you work hard enough? Please note this down and have your own answers to them. Will you stick at it? Do you have backbone, stamina, guts, relentless focus? You see, if you don't, the chances are you won't succeed. I'm not trying to put you off. I'm trying to make you see that making money is a skillful thing. It's a skill that can be taught as long as the person is ready and willing to learn and apply themselves diligently. So self-control and delayed gratification are useful arts to learn. Let's reflect on this. Self-control and delayed gratification are useful arts to learn. And the next rule says, rule number 20, you've got to know where you are before you start. So find out what you've already got. What can be used? What can be discarded or discounted? What you owe, what you are owed, what basically is your net worth. And I use this acronym KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep what you can keep. I is improve what you can improve. S is to start what you can start. And the other S is stop what you can stop. Think about this. And also I use the SWOT acronym. S for strength. What are your strengths? Weaknesses. What are your weaknesses? Note them down. Opportunities. What are your opportunities? And threats. What are your threats in setting out? And you need to have a checklist, which example is above. Have the items and then the plus and minus. That's your mortgage, how much bank, how much you have savings, pension, loans, overdraft, assets like cars, etc., personal items like jewelry, investments, debts, and then get your total net worth. And put your income in this chart, your fixed regular expenditure, example, insurance, bills, food, memberships, etc., and variable regular expenditures like shopping, holidays, and total it and get a balance. Rule 21 says you've got to have a plan. The plan gives you the important bits, how you are going to get there. First things first. If you have a job you love and are happy, then you will probably want to stick at it. If it doesn't make you enough money, you need a plan to generate income another way. If your job is making you miserable, and what's worse, keeping you in a poverty trap, then you must prioritize getting out in your plan. The plan might involve a career change, investigating a business idea, investing money, or generating some capital so you can enter the buy-to-let market. These are examples. It may well include selling things. A lot of money is generated through selling things, whether it's a product or service or your time and skill. That's why I like writing books. Even while I sleep, there is a bookshop somewhere that is selling books for me. In fact, one of the fundamental truths about getting rich is that wealth, real wealth, comes from doing deals, not from earning wages, salaries, or fees. A good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. As General Patton said, a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. I repeat, whatever the plan includes, just make sure you have one and that you stick to it. Just remember, never sit back and wait for somebody to give you money, ever. Rule 22 says, get your finances under control. Before you can control your finances, you have to stop the leaks. You may well have enough money, but it leaks away before you get to spend it in a whole variety of ways: taxation, paying interest, lack of use, not invested properly, too much being spent on the wrong things. Before you can control your finances, you have to stop the leaks. I repeat. Let's reflect on these. Keep a record of everything you spend. Everything. Do this for a short while, even just a week, and see where the leakages are. If you are going to be wealthy, first you have to know where your money is going. Sorry if you thought this was going to be easy, or this book was going to be full of get-rich-quick schemes, but stick with me and you will be glad you did. When you carry out your financial stock check, watch out for hidden things which can easily be overlooked. For instance, direct debits and subscriptions that are too high, wrong, or out of date. The rich are eagle-eyed and miss nothing. The next rule, insurance pays someone and the odds are it's not you. Having said that, there are two instances where you are better off taking out insurance. The first is, of course, where it is a legal necessity, such as driver's insurance. You just have to swallow that one. The other instance is if you don't have enough in your bank to pay out the lump sum if the worst happens. There are a few tricky ones, such as health insurance, but where you are insuring property, pets, or white goods is pretty straightforward. It doesn't matter what goes wrong with your washing machine. You know the most it can set you back is the cost of a new machine. Could you afford that? If so, you are wasting your money on insurance. Caution, most people don't get back more than 2/3 of the money they pay in insurance, even in the long term. Example, what you can do if you know that you've got an item, maybe a kettle, and it costs so much. Look at the insurance, how much you'll be paying. Instead of paying to the insurance company, where they will also put interest on the premium, you put away that money regularly and ring fence it every month in your own bank accounts. And when it comes to the time that that kettle is not working, you withdraw some of that money for that kettle from your bank account to buy a new kettle. And the truth is, the money remains in your account if the kettle doesn't break down. So it's a win-win. And even when you buy a new kettle, some of the money is likely to remain in your account. So think about this, reflect. The next rule is only by looking wealthy can you become wealthy. You need to look powerful and confident, especially when attending job interviews. This stuff works, Dress wealthy and people will assume you are and treat you accordingly. Learn style, class, how the wealthy dress. Look poor and you get poor service. It doesn't mean very expensive clothes. You can buy very nice clothes from charity shops, which doesn't cost much, but you appear smart. It's how you look and also the way you walk. That impression that you have on people. That is very important. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of Notes on Getting Wealthy, the first episode, and I hope you've written some things down which you put into practice. And also, I recommend that you press on the subscribe button so you receive future episodes of this very important series. And I wish you every success in your endeavor to be wealthy. May your tomorrow be greater than today. God bless you.